Alright, outstanding. Episode number 10 of Horror Junk.
Double digits, finally.
Finally into double digits.
Used up every finger.
This is our first episode since going to the Weekend of Horrors from Fangoria. While there we collected a lot of footage of us interviewing famous people.
Yeah.
Please attract celebrities.
Had a great time. We got recognized twice. People who had previously watched or listened to us actually recognized us.
Alright, so this episode is the first of one of our Fangoria interviews.
Yeah. A guy by the name of Joe Lynch, director of a bunch of music videos you've probably never heard of, and more importantly, the upcoming Wrong Turn 2, which is a sequel to the very excellent Wrong Turn 1.
I have to say before the Weekend of Horrors,
Yeah.
really had no interest whatsoever in Wrong Turn 2.
I did.
Really had no interest. I'm just kind of like, what's the point? I figured we had said all we had to say about inbred mutant people in the Appalachian Mountains in the first one.
You can never say too much about that.
Really had no interest. But after hanging out with Joe Lynch for a night, completely excited about Wrong Turn 2 now.
Joe Lynch is a horror movie fan who makes horror movies for the fans. He could talk horror movies with the best of them, even better than the best of them, I think. Excellent guy, really nice guy, and really knew his shit, and he knew he made a movie that everybody's gonna like. So get out there and go see it when it's I don't know, it's probably not gonna be in the theaters, but buy it on DVD when it comes out. So sit back, relax, pop open a good old brewski, and watch me talk to Joe Lynch.
Check it out.
Fangoria's Weekend of Horrors.
Where could we be right now?
Where else? Tim and Brian from HorrorJunk.net sitting here with Joe Lynch, who directed Wrong Turn 2. Joe, nice to meet you. Thanks for talking to us.
Tim, very nice to meet you too. Brian, pretty awesome back there. Excellent.
All right, so Joe, tell us a little bit about Wrong Turn 2 and when that's coming out, what we can expect to see.
Well, Wrong Turn 2 is the sequel to Wrong Turn 1. And the best way to describe it, at least to the horror community, is that where Wrong Turn 1 was the 70s homage, in a way. I mean, if you look at Wrong Turn 1, there's copious amounts of Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw, A Little House on the Left. I mean, it's all, you know, it's very much divergent of that era in time, you know. And as a horror fan, you can find, retrospectively, you can find those moments, you know, in time. Like I can go, all right, I know what the 80s were like, I know what the 90s were like, I know what the 70s were like, and so on and so forth. So the 80s, as much as I love the 70s, I mean, doesn't get much more, you know, love of 70s films than that. But I grew up watching all of my favorite horror movies on video back in the day, like all the video nasties, you know, like when Evil Dead 1 came out, it was considered a video nasty. To me, that was sold. So, you know, I would see all these 80s movies and go, you know, that's what I grew up on. So where Wrong Turn 1 is the 70s homage, Wrong Turn 2 is very much the love letter to 80s splatter sequels. It's the best way to describe it. If you're a fan of Aliens, Evil Dead 2, Texas Chainsaw 2, and Phantasm 2, amongst others, you're probably going to like Wrong Turn 2. And just to, you know, make the Wrong Turn 1 fans happy, it is very much a direct sequel to 1. It's not like a name-only sequel. I was very, very adamant, because I was a fan of the first one, that it had to be directly connected. You know, if I didn't make this, like when I went to Fox, I said, I don't want to watch this movie, so I don't want you guys to fuck up. So it has to have these certain elements in it to make it an effective horror film, but also a true and at least faithful sequel to the first one. Because I mean, I'm one of them, but I know there are fans of the original out there. You know, I don't think Fox really understood how many fans there were out there. I mean, the DVD sales told them enough to go, you should make a sequel. But I don't think they realized how, you know, feverish the fan base for that original film is, you know, and that was the one thing that was so important to me, was to make sure that it was at least faithful enough to the original film where those fans will be satiated, and then I get to have some fun and do all the things that I want to do when I was a 10-year-old kid watching Texas Chainsaw 2. It's the greatest thing ever, you know, and I very much purged all of the great, like the geekiness out of me just from Wrong Turn 2.
Right. Yeah, and this is definitely, Wrong Turn 2 is a horror movie made by a horror movie fan, which is going to be awesome.
too many PG-13 watered down.
No
lately.
fucking way. Like
This is gonna be a great one.
I walked in, like, when I first had my meeting with Fox, I go, you guys aren't gonna water this down. You can't. You can't. I mean, that, even the first film, as, you know, I mean, everybody remembers back in 2003 when they, you know, it was kind of dumped by the theaters, but not because, well, not just because the fact that it was, you know, opening up against Finding Nemo, but it was also the fact that these radios going on. What are you gonna do? It's a pretty intense movie, and it's got some amazing kills in it. And I knew that, look, I had to at least try to top one of the deaths in that movie. I mean, the tree hit is iconic. You know, it really is. It's a beautiful moment in splatter cinema. I had to at least try, and I think in the first 6 minutes of Wrong Turn 2, I do it. You'll have to see for yourself.
Awesome. All right, well, Joe Lynch, I want to thank you for doing this.
Oh, dude, it's my pleasure. Seriously.
Horror Junk.
Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, unrated. Coming soon to DVD.
So that was Joe Lynch. Like we said, director of Wrong Turn 2. Go check it out.
Super nice guy.
Super nice.
We bought him a lot of beer before the interview.
And after, by the way.
Yeah.
My bar tab went into the, if you count the cents, 5 digits. 5.
Well worth it.
It was a good time. Mr. Wolford was unprepared, so we don't have them printed out professionally on a sheet of paper like we usually do. I'm going to have to read them off.
Or writtenly scrawled on the back of envelopes like I like to do.
Oh, we got an email from a guy named Jordan. This was regarding our Skygen, the first movie that we had absolutely nothing good to say about. Hey again, I truly feel your pain. Skygen, from what I saw, looks like a truly bad movie, and not the good kind of bad you guys usually review. That kind of the kind that makes you want to watch Basic Instinct 2. Anyway, your show is quite groovy and wicked funny. Can't wait to see the Fangoria stuff. Hope the new episodes have some boobs for your sake. Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, we completely agree.
We like it when people wish us boobs.
It's one of the greatest wishes you can bestow upon us. Isn't this the same guy that compared us to Bruce Campbell saying groovy?
He did. We were going to read both emails together, but that kind of seemed redundant. So
Nah.
he said we were the coolest thing since Bruce Campbell uttered groovy on film.
Which part of me is flattered. Part of me thinks that that's sacrilege, and you should never compare us to Bruce Campbell and Evil
Exactly.
Dead. Come on now.
We've met him twice. He's
Give
a
me a
man.
break.
Very cool as we
Samantha says, you guys are great. Your show is so funny and very original. Don't stop making episodes, because then I just don't know what I would do with my free time. Lol. I think that was laugh out loud. Can all these movies be found in like Blockbuster or somewhere? Because I would not mind seeing a few of them. No, these movies are way too low budget for Blockbuster. Cheerleader Camp, I think you can find in Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, something like that. And we're actually Blood Gnome. We're going to be reviewing coming up, and the director made a big deal out of that one being at Blockbuster. So check that one out, and then you can preemptively watch something that we're going to review. Blood Gnome.
Blood Gnome. That's our next after the Fangoria interviews.
Right.
It's our next movie we're going to be doing. So.
Absolutely. And of course, a really clever YouTube name for the first time in a long time. It's usually just like random letters, YouTubers. Cindiana, I love that. Cindiana says, not one boob, hardly worth the trouble. Great work, guys. Keep them coming. I love your stuff. I'm a faithful subscriber. If you put one up around March 23rd, happy birthday to me. We'll try to do that for you, Cindiana. March 23rd, that seems doable. We can have one more done by then. More Fangoria stuff. Actually, speaking of stuff that we love getting for free, we're going to be showing a free little short clip next, I think, the next episode.
We like free stuff, and we were given a couple of free things to Fangoria,
So share the wealth.
Yeah, so we got to plug them since they were free.
And distribute for free. Share the wealth.
And for stuff that's not free, if you'll notice I'm wearing the fantastic Horror Junk t-shirt, cafepress.com/horrorjunk and buy right now.
Speaking of the t-shirts, we had a silent contest we didn't tell anybody about, but as we inched closer to that 100 friend mark on MySpace, I said to Wolford, you know what, we should buy our 100th friend t-shirt. And so we're going to. Our 100th friend was a lady by the name of Baby Girl, and she's the proud recipient of a new t-shirt. I'll tell you what, Wolford, I was totally excited, because, we were both kind of waiting for that 100th friend request, and when we finally got it, I saw Baby Girl, and I'm like, sweet, this is going to be a hot chick, we can send her a free t-shirt, and then we can email her and say, like, send us pictures of you and our t-shirt. And then she asked for, like, an extra, extra large. not so much interested in seeing her in a free t-shirt. Sorry, extra large. Boy.
But, you know, I did look at Baby Girl's MySpace profile. She does go to a lot of horror conventions.
Oh, really?
And promised to wear a t-shirt.
No, fucking it.
Convention, so you're fucking making fun of people. And she's helping us out.
Yeah.
Remember, he's an ass.
But Baby Girl, you get a free t-shirt. And we're running a similar thing at our current website, horrorjunk.net. I did a lot of work to it so that you can actually register to become a member and get members-only content, which is currently empty, but whatever, we'll put something in there soon. And also, if you're the 100th member there, you'll get a free t-shirt. So register, sign up, and cross your fingers that you're the 100th. And that one's even more silent because you're not even going to know what in the world place you're at until we announce the winner.
Yeah, because we're the only ones that's going to know who's number 100.
So just register.
So for our milestone episode number 10 of Horror Junk, this is Brian.
And this is Tim.
And we watch really crappy horror movies, so you don't have to.
Hey, this is Brian and Tim from HorrorJunk.net. We wanted to say that FearNet rules. FearNet rules. Now it's your turn.
Was it Horror Junk?
HorrorJunk.net.
I'm cutting this whole part out.
Oh, that's comedy. I don't know why you cut that out.
I'm going to pour beer on this Mac in a second.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.